We're back. Last of Us, Season 2, Episode 7, Convergence. Season finale of the show. 7 episodes in, 7 episodes out. The internet absolutely loved this episode. No,
Unanimous.
no discourse. We got another Ozymandias on our hands. Solid 10.0 for everybody. So far, we had fun. This is our last episode live that we're doing. We're talking recap. We'll recap the season. We'll rank it against season 1. See where we all sit. I've always thought about this, like tying into it. The more and more TV we do, we can do maybe like more YLSs with TV theme stuff. Now that I've seen some stuff, so I have some things down the pipe that we can possibly do, episodes, stuff like that. But first up. Some would say my partner in crime. Some would say my mortal enemy, depending on the day. Mark Chaka, how are you? And How was your viewing experience for Convergence?
Yeah, funny you brought that up. Sunday was definitely a contentious day for the two of us. But we got through it, and
We live to tell another story.
just say next month it will be different. I'm very. I'll have you on my side next month.
We'll be very united the month of June. It pisses me off again. Matt, how are you? How was your viewing experience this week?
Doing good. We get to the last of us for season 2. So I definitely have thoughts, and I feel like you both have strung me along. So I'm gonna have words with both of you as we get through this episode.
Yes, we will. Overall, I would say I think again I did not watch Last of Us season 1 when it debuted. Anti TV Cody, pretty much 1 and 2, just did. I don't remember discourse around Last of Us season 1. I think overall, it was well received. I think a lot of people liked it. When did that debut?
2 years ago?
2023.
Yeah.
2023.
So,
So either the world has gotten more upset about things, or they really didn't like Joel dying. Because again, before we break down the overall season, overall thoughts real quick. What I think is the people that played the video games versus the people that didn't play the video games are very separate. I think as this goes, I don't think there's anything that's happened this season, Mark, that you can attest to that happened that we were like, that was a dumb choice. Why are we doing that? I think overall, we all knew what was coming. Kind of maybe different puzzle piece here versus here, but overall, the story went together exactly how we thought it was going to go. So the people that are mad, I think they're just mad because I don't think they knew what the video game was. I don't think they knew that Ellie likes women. I just think they're upset about that. So I think if you're upset, here's my help for you. If you're upset by what the characters choose, maybe just stop watching media. Like just stop. Because like if that fires you up and gets you so upset, you need to go kick rocks somewhere. I want you to help. I want to help you out. You're fighting the wrong fight. I just don't get it. It just doesn't. I've never watched a movie and saw anybody kiss of any sorts and been like, what the fuck? And turn it off. It's weird. Like you don't have to lie. It can't be your brand of ice cream. But if that's what's got you upset, and that's what is 6.7, you need help. Now, I grant you, because now if the 6.7 is for what I think it is, you're perfectly valid. You're 100% valid because that happened to all of us at a little different point of the video game. So you're fair. 6.7 is crazy because like that means you just don't like the episode. You just don't like how it ends. That's fine. But like we saw it personally. Relax.
6.4 now.
Oh, that thing is literally pulled that at like 3:00 today. So that thing has dropped 3 points. So overall, yeah, convergence, which is a weird word for me because in my work we work on conversion. So it's too close to me. It hurt my brain because we get yelled at for that in my job. So I was like, wait, what? No, it's following me home. So overall, before we break down the episode, overall thoughts on the episode. Like it? Didn't like it? Has TV ruined the season finale? Questions, answers.
I mean, I'll say that overall, I enjoyed it. I thought it did a good job of, I guess, I think they achieved what they set out to do. That I'm sure they had an end point in mind. I'm sure it's probably the end point you guys thought they were working towards. I would assume, and but yeah, I mean, I don't think they really. I don't think they wasted a lot of stuff. They set up intrigue for the next coming season. It sucks that it's probably going to be like 2 years away if we're lucky. But yes, I mean overall, I mean I'm satisfied with it. I think that the people, if you watch this season like more as a binge, I think people are gonna appreciate it more than the people that have been going week by week. But who knows?
Yeah. Just in general, this I think has been one of the. This has definitely been one of the stranger, just experiences of just kind of seeing how the overall audience reaction has been, and how like it's been somewhat negative. And what I find kind of funny is that it is not necessarily that they're doing things the exact same. It's that people don't feel like they're doing it good enough, which
Mm.
is crazy. Like it is like it's kind of what Cody was saying. Like we may have taken some different pit stops along the way, but the destination is the same.
Mhm.
And for the most part, it's the same. And they did these same things. And it's weird how people are claiming how they aren't doing the same things. And like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like the amount of people on the internet that are trying to make the point that Ellie does not care about getting revenge for Joel fucking blows my mind. Like I don't know what you're talking about, man. Makes no sense to me. But okay. Uh, I think in general for this episode I think is sort of, it's probably kind of in the middle for me for the season. I do actually have a couple issues with it. Even though even though it ends like the exact way I wanted it to end. It's really funny just because I thought, okay, there's a chance we can end this way, and it would kind of alienate the audience. But what's funny is Last of Us already kind of alienated its audience like throughout the season, and they're like, oh, like, you guys aren't gonna be a fan of this shit, but we're gonna do it anyway, so fuck you guys. You're muted.
Living the dream. Because like we can break down stop by stop for the episode.
Mm.
But I feel like the crux of it isn't worth breaking down, and I don't want to sound like negative, but we can bring up moments for everybody.
Yeah, we
But
talked
let's
about like
just
parts we liked. Yeah.
but I think the main talking point, and we can get how we got there by working backwards. But I think the main crux is how this ends. This I'm curious how Matt feels. I know how me and Mark feel. Because so this happens in the game. Joel dies. The game switches to Abby. Like, you play as Abby. I remember as a video game player putting down my controller and taking like 2 days off from it.
Mm.
I was pissed. I was like, I'm not playing as this bitch. I don't care I don't care if she like was in a group home and people beat the fuck out of her. I don't care. I hope they did it twice as much. I was so mad, so furious. So when that ends, when she shows up with Ellie in the place and points the gun at her, I chose to save your life, and you wasted it, and pulls the gun and shoots, and we go to black. I methodically laughed out loud. Because if I did not play this video game, the rage that would have filled my body would have been all time. And then to see this bitch wake up on the couch and walk outside and think, no way we're getting her perspective. One, I wish I could erase my memory on the video game so I got that fresh because I can imagine the frustration. So I think it's I think it's a crazy move. I know they have to make that move. I know they had to, but I think it's crazy because, like, how many people? Because I've heard people that don't play the video game, like, talk openly, like, I don't want to watch anything about her. I don't like her story. I don't care. So, like, knowing that you're going into season 3 with Abby as your feature, I think's bold.
So,
I thought if you started in season 2, like if Joel died and you picked up and you're Abby, I think maybe you get people back on board. Waiting 2 years and hoping that they gravitate towards Abby, I think it's going to be hard to do because it took us as video game players long. So Matt, we hinted at this, I think.
So in the game, she kills Joel, you then play it. It doesn't go to this point before you switch perspectives.
Mm.
Oh, okay, so.
Right, Mark? Am I wrong? Am I misremembering?
Like, you play as Ellie through the 3 days, kind of how we saw.
Mm-hmm.
Gun goes off. You waking up as Abby, and you're going as Abby, and it says Seattle day 1. And I think the first time I had done it, it didn't really click for me that I'm just gonna be doing 3 days as this bitch, like, space started over fresh. Like, this is what we're doing now. But yeah, that's how it is. The game kind of sucks you in at the halfway point. You're just playing as a new character, which is crazy. Like, I could not believe they did it. Like, honestly, just the storytelling balls on them was
I misquoted. It's
insane.
not the golf club doesn't happen. Ellie, you're Abby automatically. But like you play on the hunt down for Abby and you think you're getting to Abby. And the gun goes off and you're Abby.
Oh, okay. See,
so
I
your
was thinking
satisfaction is almost there.
I was thinking we were gonna like get like an Abby episode because I kept like asking like when are we gonna get like the Abby episode because I knew that like at some point in the game you switch perspectives and stuff like that. So I definitely think I like how they do that. So it pretty much it gets you up to you're playing through this revenge mission and you get right there at the end of it and then like I said the bang and then now we're gonna learn about this character and
I will say
yeah.
I think the revenge element in the game is better than they did in the story.
Well, because I mean that's a video game, so I'm sure it's probably like you're almost like boss levels where you're trying to get to the people in her crew, right?
Yeah, I just feel like how they handled the map situation, which we'll talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what the audience is mad about.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of curious about that too. Yeah.
So Matt, that happens. Gun goes off black. Abby wakes up on the couch. Thoughts?
I mean, I at this point knew that it was happening at some point that we were going to switch perspective. I think it's brave to do it that way. I feel like you said that's definitely, if they didn't alienate a lot of people just killing off Joel, that you're going to do it this way by doing this cliffhanger. And then, like I said, I hope that what they do is season 3 is Abby playing through day 1, day 2, day 3, and then the season 3 cliffhanger is just us playing that scene again and getting the bang and it goes to black, and then that's going to start season 4.
Mark, do you think they handled? What do you think how they addressed the ending of this? Do you think that's smart? Were you satisfied as a video game player? Thoughts?
This is what I like. A little bit different. Do I think it was smart? Not really. Am I really glad that they did it? You bet your ass I am. Like, I wanted them to do it so bad. Like, because I knew people would definitely not like it. They're definitely not gonna, because if you are just a show watcher, you're like, are you fucking kidding me? I gotta watch a full season now of this bitch. Like, it's like we're done with Ellie. It's just gonna be the Abby show from now on. Like, that sucks. Like, I'm gonna have to wait 2 years for another season, and it's gonna be all Abby all the time. Like, what's that all about?
But it's going to be an amazing feat if they're actually going to be able to get you to like get the audience to like care about Abby now, and then like be rooting for Abby once you get to that meeting point.
And I think the story, I think they can. The story is good enough for them to do that. Like, so.
But will the audience be accepted enough to accept it?
Oh yeah,
because we had hours upon hours playing.
Like, I think what's kind of crazy is like I feel like the game, people generally liked the second game when it came out, but there definitely was a decent amount of backlash for the game. Like, there were definitely some people like who didn't like the game story wise, who thought the way they handled Joel's death, like, and kind of they definitely didn't like the switch. So there were definitely people like that when the game came out. And what I find kind of interesting for season 2 is we kind of also got more backlash for that for kind of different reasons. Like, it's weird how both seasons have had the backlash, but I do think as the show backlash has come out, I do think like more people have looked at the game more positively. So like, I do think like time is going to be good to this show. But but like I feel like for the immediate reaction, I think probably going forward is still maybe going to be kind of a bit split.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the big crux of the episode, Jesse, which fuck Jesse, I can't like overall. Jesse sucks. Like, Jesse sucks. Like, fucking Saint Mary, fucking get the fuck out. Like, you're the greatest of all. Like, no one likes you. Shut up. You lost your girl to a that can barely squat like 12 pounds. Like, congratulations, you're gone. But anyways, Jesse takes the arrow out of fucking Dina's leg. That was fucking wild. Ellie takes like there's a situation with Ellie and Dina where she like cleans up her wounds, where she breaks down to Joel
tells her
what
everything.
Joel did and tells her everything and like beat the fuck out of Nora, let her and just left her. And Dina's like, we need to go home. Like, based on this, we need to go. Well, fuck. Ellie's like, fuck you. Nope.
I've come this far.
So her and Jesse leave, and Jesse's like having a whole thing, like, oh, she tells you something that I'm not, like, she's pregnant. Which, again, I have been up and down. I don't believe Bella Ramsey's acting is top tier. I think there are moments she struggles. That's just, it's a lot of show to carry. That's just what I will say. You had Pedro Pascal, the king of charisma, next to you for so long. You no longer have him. You have to run the show by yourself. It's a daunting task. I don't know many young actresses that would be able to carry the water. and she's just fine. I think there's moments of like panicking and weird that she like gives off that's off-putting, but like the moment, oh, you were guessing, like the pregnancy thing, like weird. I could do without. Let's move on. Anyways, overall, the Jesse situation, but basically ends with Jesse revealing that he did not vote for them to go, and it's better for the community. And Ellie's response is, fuck your community. My community died in front of me, basically. So, pew pew, I'm going to kill fucking Abby's at the aquarium. I'm going to the fucking aquarium. And his response is, I hope you come back. Boom, boom, boom. She's on her way. Gone.
Well, he's going to go rescue Tommy because Tommy's possibly in danger
There's
too.
There's a sniper.
So, yeah.
Probably Tommy.
She's choosing revenge over helping Tommy. So, yeah.
And she makes a valid point. Tommy was here. Tommy would want me to do the same thing. Like, Tommy has no issue. Like, he would support this thing. I don't know about that, but you're making some assumptions, but let's go with your assumptions. Ellie stumbles through the thing, finds two of the members of Abby's crew, and they're sitting there talking, and he's like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm saying no because it is Abby. Like, I'm not doing this shit anymore. Fine, I'll just do it myself, blah, blah. Gun pulls out on the two of them. Which, by the way, this crew just doesn't like being under gunfire. Like, they are trained to not be standing in a line of gunfire very well because they don't know sudden movements. Not the smartest idea, but every one of those fuckers make very sudden movements. But basically, she makes a really cool thing. She's crying, and this is possibly where people are getting the revenge aspect for Joel because she's pretty emotional. Now, I will say, fucking weird. Nora, I'm going to grab this pipe. I'm going to beat the fuck out of you until you tell me where it is. She ends up shooting both these people. Dead. But she's very emotionally wrecked by killing these two people.
Well, not the two people, more the baby, I think. The baby is kind of like an innocent who had nothing to do with this, and she just killed the baby.
I guess I did.
Which buried the lead. Her, she killed three people with one bullet, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, she does kill three people. Baby, two adults. And they're like, hurry, just come in here. Like, we got to be quick. Kind of will guide her through to get the bullet out, and doesn't happen. They all died. So she is emotionally reactive. Now,
no, not the bullet. She wanted her to cut her baby out and save the baby.
Yes.
Which,
yeah. My question, that's one. We'll just turn around and walk away. You're not going to be able to do that. Two, for people to say she's emotionally effective, but she's not really in the revenge thing. We never saw Joel kill a baby. So personally, we don't know how Joel would even react to killing a child. She went in there with a simple plan. I liked her plan. I'm gonna have you point at this map, and then I'm gonna have you point at this map, and I hope you both meet the same spot, or you're both dead.
Classic Joel move.
He jolts. Now, people should be more upset that there was a bullet shot from a handgun that traveled through two people and killed them both. People should have some issues with that overall. Body mass, if you want to be mad on the physics side, let's do it. Yeah, bullets just that's a lucky bullet. Wanted couldn't curve that bullet as well as the fucking showrunners curved that.
That was like the Kennedy bullet right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Never happened. Remember 11/22/63. James Franco, stop that shit. So she's emotionally reactive. Tommy comes in they storm in to save her. Like they're looking for her, they find her. Right? Did I skip? I think I skipped, right?
You skipped over one thing.
The Deus Ex Machina that just basically the Eagles in Lord of the Rings. So, Ellie's about to die. She's about to be in a noose and hung up and ripped. And an alarm goes off. What could happen? And then again, the fucking feel her love people, the fucking cult people find Ellie. They basically string her up because she's looking, and they're going to do the same thing with the little blade. But the alarm goes off, so there's an attack happening on the thing, and they run off. This is one of my most frustrating things in everything that's ever happened in the history of everything. Why waste time on the scene that it has no impact? It's so frustrating.
And they
Jesse
put an
could have
action
been that
sequence in the episode.
The funny thing is, here's a real quick thing. Jesse could have been that sacrificial lamb that happened. Sure, he could have been featured more. You could have done something else. Like, this is where you could have skewed and made a moment happen that's like, holy fuck, like we just lost a member.
Nah,
like,
Jesse just running through that door and catching a bullet in the head is too good of a moment to pass up on.
You know what? That's also fucking thing. I was a little happy on that one. But yeah, I hate this stuff. I hate this in movies. I hate this everything. When there's a lead of a thing and we're just putting them in danger, that they're going to get saved instantly from that danger.
So does that happen in the game? Is there like a little boat level that you got to do?
No. No, this was just added fucking... This was one of those ads that didn't need to be added, and it was pointless. Because it doesn't change Ellie as a character.
Mark, did you like that moment?
Oh, I think what's funny about that particular moment, I think the game makers and the game developers had said they wanted a moment in which Ellie had ended up on the island, and I guess the main reason they didn't do it because it just didn't make a whole lot of sense. And what's funny is that they added that moment in the show, and that moment doesn't make a lot of sense. So like maybe. I don't know. We just shouldn't have fucking done it. Like, it is. I can't tell you how little that scene makes sense. Because, like, one, she's going the opposite way in that boat to the aquarium, and she gets overturned. So you're telling me, not only does she doesn't fucking drown in like out to sea, you know, once her boat gets flipped over. But she also manages to get washed up in a further like shore that is like, because if she gets washed up, she's probably getting washed up in the city, not an island that's further away than where she was. So like,
well, we don't know where the current's gonna take her.
It makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense. So like, and it just feels like, oh, we're doing this to remind people that these people are out there. And like,
yeah,
we know they're out there. What are you doing?
We literally watch someone get sacrificed and cut open. We don't need to see it twice, but also a failed attempt at one. It was just dumb.
It especially since we're gonna get a similar moment like this later on. I'll just tell you that like we're gonna get something similar to that. And it's like this is dumb. I don't know why we're. I don't know why we wasted our time. It's easily the dumbest thing they did this season.
I don't need the Eagles flying in. I don't need saviors. I don't need things like that. I just need you to stop putting characters that I know are not going to die. 0. I mean, actually negative 100% that I believed that Ellie was getting strung up and her guts cut.
There were a lot of people that didn't think Joel was going to die in the second episode. So
nope, I did. Bingo. Saw that one coming. And the one thing is, like, I don't know, like, George R.R. Martin comes out and says, like, oh, I don't like what they did with this and this is what I wouldn't have done. Let me tell you, the creators of this show and that are tied in with this video game, like, they don't let shit go. Like, it happens how they intended it to happen in the video game. They do not. Nope. Run through the door, gunshot into the Abbey. They knew exactly what was going to happen. They just didn't veer off that at all. But back to the map, they come in. Tommy comes in and saves them. They end up running up the plan to go back and get Dina. Jesse and Ellie are sitting on the stage or whatever, the little theater thing. They're like, hey, thanks for coming. Oh, maybe I didn't want to come. Maybe Tommy made me come. Oh, you really are a good person. Hearing commotion, they start running towards the door. Jesse flies open that door. Boom! Bullet to the head. She sits over there. You hear, stand up, stand up. This is another one that I think the bad acting from Bella shows. So it's just like, I'm the one you want. It's me. Fucking wicked, just straight up there with a like fly. And then the gunshot goes off. Why Tommy's on the floor? Like, I mean, Abby's just a fucking tank. Like, if you see her in the game, she's a fucking tank. So, like, she's beating up Tommy's ass. If you see her in the game, believable. You see Caitlyn Devers? I don't know if I believe that one so much. But you see her in the game, fucking Brock Lesnar's daughter, and she's about to whoop someone's ass. Like, put her on there and F5 his ass. Like, that's what you're looking at every time. And that's where it ends. Abby shows up. So, overall, Jesse getting shot. Anybody have a problem with that? If you do, I can remove you from the show.
No.
I do feel like
I guess it really is Ellie's child now.
they have created a problem for themselves now because they're kind of in a lose-lose situation for season 3 because either people aren't going to be on board and they aren't going to like Abby's storyline or anything, or they are going to be on board and they're going to like Abby. Then they're going to be like, "See, we told you it was Bella the reason that season 2 sucked."
Yeah.
Yeah, like I am a little interested, kind of the way they went with Jesse's character, just because there is a part in the game where like he does kind of like, at least you're doing stuff, Ellie's doing stuff with Jesse, and he does kind of admit like, hey, if you had asked me to come, like I would come with you, which crazy thing. And in this, like in here, like whenever we see them talk, is like, okay, he just kind of does a 180. He's like, yeah, I voted no for this thing, which I guess I can kind of understand, just whenever, because
Fucking loser, am I right?
like
Dweeb.
in the game, like once he finds out that Dean is pregnant, he's on the boat of getting them out of there. So I feel like just because like everything's expedited, like and we're kind of, and the story is like moving a bit quicker, it probably does make sense to where like the moment he's gonna find out Dina is pregnant a lot quicker in the show. And other than just giving like the audience whiplash, maybe we just kind of retcon this and say that Jesse was always against them coming to Seattle, and then that is that. So that was fine. I mean, again, didn't really matter all that much because he still gets heated the same way he did in the game, which is nuts. Like that was a crazy death in the game too. It's exactly the same in the show. Gotta love that.
He didn't learn from Final Destination. You can't say I can't die and then expect to make it through the end of the thing.
Yeah, you did. Okay. Well, that is the episode. Not much more happens. Guess it's time to rate this against season 1.
Do we have the ratings of season 1?
I don't know, no, but we can just do this against this.
Let me see
My thing is, I think the Joel death is sweet. I think they handle it really well. I think the Horde and Jackson is a really cool moment. I like. Let me just be frank. This is not beat season 1. That's where I'm at. I think it's fine. I think it's good season. I have no issue with it. But the stuff that happens is good, and I'm loving where it's at. But season 1, I think, was just an absolute great season overall. Episode 3 alone, that had nothing fucking to do with the game or anything, just a off episode, is one of the best episodes of television I've ever watched. So, like, at that point, there's not an episode in this season that gets close to 3 for me. And the highs of 3 with like them all traveling down, like the giant horde coming out of the ground and like killing them, like those moments. I think the brother duo that happens in the scene, like there are so many like real intentional moments, and I think it's very hard. And it's nothing against her. It's what the show does. It's what the game did. Ellie by herself is not the same as Joel and Ellie. Like, it's just not, and it's hard to do that, and it's hard to keep that magic when it's. I'm sorry, I will never be attached to Dina and Ellie as much as I was to Joel and Ellie. It just won't happen. I love where the story's going, I just found those episodes more endearing because the contrast of both of them works so much better for me. So I think the first season I would put like at a 4.5. Because maybe it's that 5 because that fucking mall episode that just won't that shouldn't have been in there. I think this one sits at a 4. I think it's closer than I thought, but like if I only had to watch one, there's not even a question.
No. I mean, really,
Matt?
episode 2 is the only. There's like maybe how many episodes was the first season? 9 episodes.
9.
I'd say there's 4 episodes that are just like fantastic, and episode 2 of season 2 is the only one that even comes close to touching those episodes. Because that's definitely the best episode of this season. So yeah, I think that sounds right. 4.5 for season 1. I think that's probably about what I had. I might put this at a 3.5. And I think it doesn't help too that it had like 2 less episodes. So maybe a couple more episodes, they could have had something in there to kind of flesh something out a little bit more. Maybe do like a whole.
There was just more antagonists throughout the entire thing. Like we had, what's her name, Candace, right?
Sounds right.
No, that doesn't sound right. The girl, the girl leader that shoots the cop, the doctor and stuff, and looking for her brother, looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.5 Men. Yellow Jackets. Her. I don't remember her name, but I know.
Okay, but like her, and then the church, like that whole struggle, and like Joel being taken out and her having to search for him, like that stuff, like those were interesting moments. Like,
yeah. I mean, like you said, the pilot, the first episode too, is fantastic. Yeah,
that first 20 minutes is insane.
And then Joel's rampage in the last episode is just
true.
Yeah.
Mark.
Yeah. Did want to add one thing real quick. You mentioned the Dean.
What are we doing? We're all the way here, and you're going to add stuff from season. What?
I mean,
technical.
You mentioned the Dina thing and how she changed it tune and wanted to go home. Also, that was stupid. She's been gung ho about revenge the whole time. Like her change of tune because Joel's a bad person. Dumb. Whatever.
So if she would have known that Joel did all that stuff in the first place, would she even gone with Ellie? You think?
Good question. It shouldn't matter. I feel like it shouldn't matter. It's like she
Joel
didn't want to kill guys.
So in the game, she's like ride or die.
Joel and her had a relationship too, so they act like Joel killed people. So all of a sudden Joel bad, we go home. Made no fucking sense. Like
if they would lean more on like the pregnancy thing, I could buy that more.
She got put to sleep and Joel got fucking killed, and you're gonna be like, Joel killed those people? Fuck, let's go home. You good? Oh, fuck.
You get to kill Nora. You're good.
Yeah, your morning sickness.
You did 3 people with 1 bullet. There, you took out 4 people. We're good. Let's go.
Curve that bitch. That was a good point, Mark. Never mind. Technical foul taken back. You don't have to. You're not close to suspension.
I'll disagree at least slightly with you guys. I do feel like this season does have pretty similar highs as season 1. I mean, episode 2 probably the best episode of the show. I think so. I think it's probably the best episode of the show, at least for me.
What are you drinking tonight? Are you drinking? Just want to make sure you're not under the influence of anything.
And 5 and 6 are also pretty spectacular. I think both 5 and 6 are also pretty spectacular episodes. And I just can't. I cannot emphasize this enough. Finale, it ended the exact way I wanted. We don't always get exactly what we want in life, but when it happens, we kind of have to cherish those moments.
That's fair.
But sometimes you get what you need.
Yeah, I will admit this.
What you need.
I will admit, like, this season is definitely under 1. But I think for the main reason that it's not a complete story, and they did that very purposefully. They purposely ended it right in the middle because they wanted to kind of do the same thing the game did, which is fine. I kind of like that, but at the same time, this is not a complete story. So like it
Fair.
always gonna kind of leave it kind of in that weird spot. I do think the highs are similar, so I will also give this season a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I think it's a great season.
I think Mark talked me up to a 4, so I'll give it 4 stars.
Okay, still sits
I
under
may be too harsh. Still definitely
Oh my
under season.
gosh. So Mark can talk you up to stuff, but I try to talk you up to fucking Omar's death, and I'm a psychopath. All right, cool. I'm definitely on this show on an island by myself. We're done for live shows.
For
But
now.
meaning that we are still doing The Shield, The Sopranos, Mad Men. I cannot stress enough how great all three of these shows are. Are they to the level of Breaking Bad, The Wire for us? Can't say. We're not done. But I
TBD.
can tell you right now, if you have not, watch Mad Men. Number one thing I will tell everybody to go watch. Not because I think overall, I think it's a really great show. But my thing is, I think it's the most for this community that I've ever seen on a TV show. But I'm telling you right now, if you like anything cop related, The Shield is insane. The one that I rolled my eyes at when Matt picked, I was like, okay, this FX movie with the fucking thing, cool. I can't wait. And then the first episode, Baw to the Bang to Bang played, and I was like, Matt's on fucking crack. And then he told me the season finale is better than Breaking Bad. More crack. Let me tell you, this is a fucking thrill ride. Don't know if it's gonna live there. He's got to stick the landing, but great. And then The Sopranos. If you never watched The Sopranos, I think it's like a slice of TV that you have to just check out. And believe me, I'm under fire right now. I am under absolute social media warfare on people trying to spoil the end of Sopranos for me right now. It is insanity. I'm blocking people. I am doing everything I can. I went on Twitter today and I saw something about the trial. I said, this was fucking 20 years ago. Why are we talking about it? Trivia's come up in certain aspects, so I'm under fire. But go check that out. They come up every week. I'm putting time codes in them starting, so you can click around, find the episode you want, go back to it, start the episodes. Start right now. Binge watch. You get to fully binge watch. We only get to watch a couple episodes a week, but I'm telling you, Shield, Sopranos, and Mad Men fly. So if you just put it on and watch, I think you'll get done and you can catch up and join our conversation. We do have a season two episode, the second part of our season 2. We've already picked our shows. We will discuss that at a later time, but they will be coming out later too. Some big shows, less seasons, so you can join us for those. On that note, guys, we will see you for the next time we decide to pick a TV show to do.
And hey, give us some feedback if there's any new shows coming out or shows maybe starting their second season that you think you'd like to see us talk about. Let us know.
Yes. So can't wait to keep this going. There's been some talks about some other shows that we will be able to do, but I think we like the live aspect of just doing it and keeping it week to week on a certain thing. So we'll just check that out next time. Yeah.